Let me show you a magic trick. This might look like an ordinary kettle, but it's a magic kettle. And it's magic because it will pour any color that I ask it to. Oh, you don't believe me? Check this out. Pink. Hey, not bad. Okay. Blue. Red. Okay. How about green? No, I mean yellow. And okay, and then green. So there we go, a rainbow of colors. So I bet you're wondering how I did that. Well, it's not magic, but it is some pretty cool science. Indicator tells us whether a chemical is acid, base, or neutral. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to take a chemical here and add little drops of it to the indicator. See, these drops make a very light purple, and there's some pink and some more pink, and it gets pinker and pinker the more I add. And now I have here next to me a few examples of things you can test around the house, but really anything that's a liquid or a powder you should be able to test. But let's just do a quick example here. Let's say that you wanted to test a little bit of glass cleaner here. You could spray just a little bit into the bottom of a glass and then add the indicator. Ooh, it turns a sort of blue-green, so we know that it's a base. Or let's say that we wanted to test some hot sauce here. Add a little of the hot sauce. A couple drops in there. And then all we've got to do is just add a little bit of the indicator. Oh, and we get a nice red, sort of pinkish color, so we know that this is an acid. Now let's talk about the magic trick. So how did I do it? Well, you might sort of have been figuring parts of it out. I took my tea kettle here and I filled it with indicator. And the indicator, as you know, changes color depending on whether I add in acid or base. So what I did was I took glasses like this and I added a little bit of acid or base into the very bottom of them. I tried to find clear liquids that were acids and bases. So let's do an example here. Let's say that I wanted a red color. What I'd do is I'd take a little bit of vinegar, and I'd use vinegar because I know that vinegar is an acid, so it's going to give me a red color. Add a little bit of this into the bottom here. Now, if you're doing this magic trick, you'll be able to see the clear liquid in the bottom, but trust me, no one else will, especially if you make sure that they keep a little bit of distance. Especially if you're using a clear glass like this, they won't be able to see it if you have it on a table. So you say that they're empty, or don't say anything at all, and people will assume that they're empty, and then go ahead and you take your tea kettle or your pitcher of indicator and you pour it in, and you'll get a nice red or a pink color. Okay. So there are a whole wide range of colors you can get. You can get reds, and you can get pinks, and blues, and purples, and greens. And what I want you to do is experiment to find out which of these chemicals in your house give you these different colors. And then put a little bit of that chemical that gives you the color in the bottom, and pour in the indicator to get that color. Now, you may find that different amounts of these chemicals give you different colors. So maybe a little bit of glass cleaner will give you a bright blue, but a little bit more glass cleaner will give you a green. So experiment with all these things. There's one thing that I do want to tell you though. You can get a really nice yellow color by using a little bit of bleach. But bleach can be dangerous, so make sure that you work with an adult if you're going to do this. But a few drops of bleach in the bottom of a glass like this, add some indicator, and it turns green, and then it turns yellow. And that's how I did that thing at the very beginning, when it started off green and then it turned yellow. So, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. We learned a little bit about acids and bases. we learned about indicators, and we learned how to do this pretty cool magic trick that now you can use to impress your friends and family.